started working with Power BI, started working with in the sense introduction related scenarios we did, right? I'm sorry. So coming to next scenario, now I'm connecting to SQL Server. This is Management Studio tool, and while connecting to this SQL Server, you can see some server name here. Copy this server name only. So this is a server name. Because see, in real time, what happens, we are going to attend different meetings, office calls. We'll get some clarity. What type of server we are going to use, what type of database we are going to use, so we can maintain clarity in real time environment. But now it is completely a different scenario, right? So now we created project also. Now we are into practical environment only, so we should get some environment in our laptop only. That's why we installed SQL Server. We also install SQL Server. So yesterday we created some project with the name 8 AM. Not yesterday, last class, right? So and we discussed about these scenarios also. Here, what is what and what is fields and everything we discussed. In the same way, we discussed how to copy data from source to this environment, like by using import and direct query. I clearly mentioned there. Import can be used for only, can be used for all types of data sources. Direct query can be used for only databases, RDBMS databases. So those points also we discussed earlier. So coming to next scenario. Now let's start working with the data source. Go to get data window, SQL Server source. So it is asking for server name. Just now only we copied server name, right? So we provided that server name here, and database name is Suresh DB. So this is the database I'm using. I'll provide this database to you also, no problem. Import or direct query. See this. Now I'm going to copy data from the source by using import only. Right. So now just click on OK button. So here these are the tables available in the source, views also. What is your source table? For example, I want to select multiple tables: employee table, department table, department 1 table. What happened here? I selected multiple tables, load. See this some tables copied here. Under fields we can see metadata. See this. Metadata means what? The table names and column names. That is called metadata. So coming to next scenario. Where can I see physical data? Because how we copied this table by using import only we copied. Go to left side data view. So department table, see this. Department 1 table, see. Employee table, see this. Here only you can check how the table copied. Import, import, import. So now if you are going to copy table from source to Power BI environment by using import, then what happens? Metadata and physical data. What is that? Metadata and physical data will be copied. Just now we can see here. Now we can see here. So next, get data window, SQL Server. So we have some source and some database, but this time I'm going for direct query. So direct query means what to do? You have to write query. See this. Select the star from employee. Basic query only we are writing here. See this. This is the data coming from the database. Load. See this. Okay, na? But what is the table name we're getting? Query 1. You can rename it. Right click and rename, or directly you can double click on this. Double click and change name. I'm giving table name as employee 1. But it is not showing data here. Please check it. Please read that message. There is some message. Read that message. ఏమండి? So that means, see, if you see metadata, see that metadata copy. So, but coming to physical data, it is not there. Please check it. This is the way. So now we got practically. What is the difference between what is the difference between import and direct query? We have seen practically. So coming to next scenario now. How to copy data from other sources? Other sources means what? File system, Excel file. Go to get data. What is the source here? Excel. See, in databases, data stores in the form of tables. Coming to Excel file, how data is going to store? Excel file, how data is going to store? So let us see that. Let me show you the file. This is the file I'm going to copy data from. But before going to copy data, let me open this file because I want to show you how data stores in Excel. See this. Just tabular format it looks like, but sheets, see this. Okay. Now? We have different sheets here. How data stored in the form of different sheets. So previously we worked with SQL Server database. In SQL Server, how data stored in the form of tables. You just find out the difference. So now I'm going to copy this file. Open. See that. For example, order sheet, return sheet, user sheet. So I selected sheets load. See, it is not asking for any click on OK, no problem. It is not asking for any import or direct query. The reason is file system only import. Suppose you are copying data from the table by using, data from the file system, you can use only import. You cannot use direct query. So data already copied. Check these tables. See this. How data copied? Surya, we will give you access to videos. Okay. See this. Clearly it is showing. How the data copied here? Import. So that means when you are copying data from the file system, you are going to work with only import. Okay, na? Only import. There is no direct query. In the same way, we want to copy data from text files also. So let me show the file. This is the file. Okay, na? So now let's copy this. Open. It is showing data load. So here we have this file. Keep mouse here. How data copied by using import. That's my point. So this is the way like how we copy data from sources to Power BI environment. In the same way, we can directly create table in Power BI environment and we can input data. See this, enter data concept. It also comes under import only. If you're doing this task, this also comes under import only. For example, keep mouse here, provide column name. Suppose ID, use tab button. If you want to go to next column, use tab button like this. Suppose ID1, provide some employee name and salary. Here you have to change table name. Suppose employee. Load. This is the table we did now. See this employee 2. In the same way, how this table copied, see imported. So we are doing direct input of the data, but still it is showing import only. That means direct query not works for this. Import only works. So next, copy paste. I want to copy data from SQL Server table, output only. Copy means output. Take output from the source. For example, you take this SQL Server source. See this. I selected database Suresh DB. So execute this query. So data copied now. I mean data retrieved, not copied. So this is the output. You just copy this output. Click on this corner and copy with the headers. Copy with the header means along with data column names will be copied. Along with data, what happens? Column names copied. That is the meaning of copy with header. Otherwise, what happens? Only data will be copied. Column names will not be copied. Okay. So I copied data. Let's go to Power BI. Here, what to do? Enter data. Keep mouse here, column names. Right click and paste. Provide some name to table, employee 3. Load. Where is the table here? We have employee 3. How this table copied? See this. By using import only, this table copy. So this is the way like how we copy data from different data sources to Power BI. In the same way, actually in Microsoft, we have some other data source called as SSAS, SQL Server Analysis Services. Basically, it is data warehouse environment of the Microsoft Corporation. So in this also data stores in the form of databases only, but it's not RDBMS environment. Data analysis environment. Here we maintain databases. But we means not Power BI developer. Separate team will be there. SSA development purpose, separate team will be there. They're going to take care of these things. Right? So I have some questions here. How to retrieve data from SQL? Anybody, please? How we are going to retrieve data from SQL tables? That query, okay, but how? What we are writing there? SQL query, right? SQL query. So now RDBMS database, if you want to copy data, then you are going to use SQL query. Just now, today also we worked direct query, we typed SQL query only. So, but if you want to copy data from SSAS database, multidimensional database, then you have to write MDX queries, multidimensional expressions. Right? And so how we are writing SQL queries to retrieve data from SQL databases? In the same way, if you want to retrieve data from SSAS database, you have to write MDX queries. So now I have some SSAS database installed in my laptop just for copy data purpose. So let's work with that. Let's go to our project. So what is the source now? Here, analysis services, SSAS. So even SSAS also contains some server name and database name. Because SSAS is database only, but not RDBMS. It is analysis database, different database. Actually, in the beginning of the training, we discussed about the difference between RDBMS data source, OLTP and OLAP, right? Data warehouse, data source and data warehouse, I discussed difference, same difference between SQL Server database and SSAS. SQL Server is OLTP database, SSAS is data warehouse environment. Okay. But remember, this SSAS is only for data storage purpose, right? And only store multidimensional data and analysis data. Simply, I can say data warehouse data. Okay. So now here I'm providing server name. Wait, let me copy server name. If you want, I will help you in installation of the SSAS in your laptop also. No problem. So SSAS underscore S. This is database name and name. So here you can see import and MDX. That means when you are copying data from SSAS to Power BI, you can use import, or you can write MDX, because see, we are not SSAS developers, right? And if we are SSAS developers, then we can use MDX, but we are Power BI developers, yeah. That's why I'm going for import only. See that. See this, expand it. So you can see tables. Here you can see fact, dim, something here. This is data warehouse terminology. In the beginning of the training, I discussed at some point how data is going to store in Power BI. In the form of tables, fact table, dimension table. So we have to discuss about fact dimension table concept. I told you clearly. So we're going to work with that. Don't worry. Before going to start Power BI modeling, I will work with what is fact table, what is dimension table, those things. Right? So let me select it. See this. Load. It's taking time, please wait. Click on this. So this is the data copied from this source. How we copied? By using import only. If you have any doubt, check it here. See this. right? So still we have to copy data from some other sources like Azure related cloud, right? And apps related data. Still we have different scenarios, other scenarios. We have to copy data from them. So that we are going to do when we are working with Power BI service environment, right? So is it clear? Data sources related scenarios, copy data related scenarios, clear or any questions, please? Hmm? No questions? Tell. Actually, while copying data from source to Power BI, that is one of the scenario, right? And that is one of the scenario we have. So that means copying data from SQL Server to Power BI, but not import and not direct query. We have taken output of the SQL table and copy paste. Okay. Any other questions, please? Because next we have to start working with the transformations. That's why I'm asking. Hmm? Right? And So that is the way. So we copied data from different data sources now. Of course, still we are going to copy data from some other sources also that we are going to do when we are working with Power BI service. So next step, we have to start working with the transformations that we do from tomorrow onwards. Right. Coming to next scenario. Any questions in today's class? Anybody, please? See you tomorrow then.